Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Below the Line, the show about how movies are made. My name is Andres, but you already know that. I'm here with my good friend, Mr. Zach Houston Scott, to talk all about Spider Man mutating and Project Hail Mary. Will it save Hollywood this weekend, or will it not, considering Ryan Gosling's past box office success or lack thereof? Should Hollywood be nervous? Stay tuned and find out. How are you, man?
Hey, not too bad, not too bad. Jumping ahead, that is pretty weird. Ryan Gosling's career in a nutshell. He can either star in some of the most successful movies of all time or some of the most box office disappointments of all time, depending on which franchise he takes on.
Well, he has an interesting year, I would say, because he's doing that Star Wars film. That would be
Next
the
year,
ultimate proof. Well, that's not true because Star Wars is not in the healthiest box office relationship currently, but it's still Star Wars nonetheless.
well, we'll wait and see until Mandalorian and Grogu comes out in May before we make that judgment now. Honestly, I keep hearing rumblings he might join the MCU as their Ghost Rider. So, I mean, you never know what
That
he'll do.
actually does fit for him.
Yeah, just kind of that biker, kind of cool, suave guy who skull lights on fire. I mean,
Yeah. I think that does fit.
he's not going to beat. He won't beat Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage?
No, in
No.
that Bonzo performance. But before we dive in, like you've seen the two Ghost Rider movies, right?
Of course. I mean, those are classics. I wouldn't say bad or good movies. They're like mid 2000 superhero movies
I,
starring Nicolas Cage when he was desperate to make movies so he could pay his debt.
I mean, I get the first one, but that second one just is so gonzo. Like, there's so much batshit visual, like, insanity happening, like the camera moves and that. I don't think I've ever seen replicated in anything with the amount of trash editing that was posting. Like, that's something I highly recommend to see and believe because it is
It's been a
something.
while. Probably since the theater that I have not seen that movie.
Oh, you saw it in theaters? Oh, I only saw it
Yeah.
on like DVD.
I mean, I like superhero movies. So I remember seeing those in the theater, but probably since the theater, I have not seen them because I don't think they're worth buying on Blu-ray. Shout out to Jeremy Jones. Not that he needs a shout out, but maybe he'll shout out us.
Like and subscribe. Buy it on Blu-ray. But yeah, no, I know we kind of jumped ahead to Ryan Gosling, but it has been a pretty busy week for the movie industry. I mean, a lot of big
Yep.
trailers have been dropping. I think the biggest so far this year, obviously, our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is coming back. But were there any other trailers you wanted to talk about, namely about the big Doomsday competition in December?
To be honest, I have not seen that trailer.
Really? You haven't seen Dune Part 3, or as I like to call it, Dune Messiah?
I have not. I think I just want to go in blind for that movie. I know there's a huge change of the hero's journey where he kind of does become the bad guy. I'm indifferent when it comes to Dune, if that makes sense. Not that I don't like them, I just think they're okay movies. I couldn't connect with the first one. The second one was a little bit better. I watched them for the scope and the budget and the Denis Villeneuve direction, the score, the cinematography. But I'm not a huge fan of the world, if that makes sense.
No, I
It's a
get
Game
it.
of Thrones in space.
I'd say more Star Wars for more diehard sci-fi fans, at the very least,
Fair enough.
because the first one does set up this trade war. The second one delves a little bit more deeper into the characters. And then the third one is pretty much the Revenge of the Sith. It's crazy that Lucas kind of remade these books originally from the prequels, because, yeah, this
Yeah.
one, Messiah, is pretty much Revenge of the Sith. Like, I'm very excited because as much as I like Revenge of the Sith, I do think the dialogue does not do it justice, and some of the
Well, this is
performance.
where he goes rogue, right? Where Paul goes rogue.
Well, he
Is
was
it?
already on a downward spiral, but this is
Yeah.
where like his um what
Basically, he becomes a dictator, right? Apparently, in the book.
yeah, he becomes a dictator. He's leadership is put into question, and he starts to himself believe that he's the messiah of these people that essentially they made him out to be, which is the fascinating like understudy when you think about it all. And this movie
It's
is proof of that. Like the score, the action, it's oh man, I no offense to Avengers, it's got its work cut out for it, really.
I think it depends on the execution. I think by this point, a lot of audiences are tired by the fake hero's journey trope. Like, no, he's not the hero. Gotcha. I know that's the adaptation of the book, but this was the most complicated book to adapt so far. It also has a time jump, right? Because he has a daughter by this point.
Yeah. And the sun.
So I think it's a difficult one to adapt and a difficult sell to the audience that has grown attached to Paul and particularly to Timothy Chalamet. But hey, maybe all the ballet and opera performers are going to have a good time hating him as Paul in this film.
Well, for what it's worth, I mean, I know they were gearing it up to probably premiere after the Oscars, like Academy Award winner Timothy Chalamet. But then when that didn't happen, they just delayed it a couple days so that they can, give him some
Edit
time
it
to
out.
and edit it out, perhaps. But no, I'm very excited. Dune Messiah was my favorite book of the Dune series that I've read, and I'm hoping they do stop here. I know people want to see Dune, Children of Dune adapted, but that's when the series kind of gets weird, and I just feel we've had adaptations of that on TV. Messiah, I have not gotten a proper adaptation. Like even the
Yeah,
TV
for yeah.
series, 2000 skipped over it. So
Yeah, I think this film is in a very fine line with its execution because I think a lot of people might feel betrayed by, the guy I was rooting is now the villain type of character arc. And unfortunately, in the last decade or so, it has been done very sloppily by other filmmakers and other storytellers overall.
definitely, I agree.
So
But
I think playing with that trend is like going to be very challenging.
yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm also
Me
looking
too.
forward to
I'll
the
see it nonetheless.
I'm also looking forward to the now biggest, or at the least most viewed trailer within 24 hours with
Broke the
718. Yeah, it
MCU
broke
record.
not only MCU, it broke GTA's record for like highest viewed trailer within
Holy
a 24-hour period. I mean, to be fair, I think they kind of had a little bit of leadway with that stupid promotion they were doing where they were dropping snippets from influencers. Like, I get it. I
Mhm.
mean, it's creative in the same way that the Doomsday reveal for the cast was announced, but I don't know. Marvel's very interesting with their marketing now. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's definitely getting people talking. But with that said, Spider-Man Brand New Day, what were your thoughts?
I mean, I think the trailer did everything that a trailer should do. It sets up the stakes. I mean, it clearly sets up Sadie Sink's character. I love the interaction between him and what's his name, uh, the Punisher. Yeah,
John
between
Bernthal?
him and the Punisher. Yeah, John Berto. Yeah, and I love the homages to the covers in the last 20 seconds of the trailer.
Yeah,
And I guess it's to be seen who is in the film. I mean, we know that probably Hulk Savage is coming back with Mark Ruffalo being in the film. I'm curious to see how crazy they're going to take the lore of him mutating into the next version of Spider Man. Seems like he's going to have organic webs, which I guess if he sees Tobey Maguire in the new Avengers films is going to be an interesting conversation for them to have. Like a new joke they can build up. Maybe now Andrew is like, hey, that's not fair, or something like that. Um, I think it does what a trailer is supposed to do. I think the film has the challenge to get more excitement towards Doomsday, if that makes sense.
well, for
Ultimately.
For me, this was very much a standalone. I didn't even think about Doomsday when I watched this trailer. Just we haven't seen this Spider-Man in a while. He hasn't been referenced. He hasn't been brought up just because of his weird Sony deal. There's definitely a
Well,
maturity. At least, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
didn't Fisk mention him in season one of Daredevil
Perhaps
during
I
during his speech where he says there is now going to be mass vigilantes and that Spider Kid or whatever. I think he's mentioned.
He's mentioned, but he's not interacted with. That's I think's the big difference. I haven't seen
Yeah,
this version of Whisk. I haven't even seen Wilson Fisk interact with Spider-Man. Period. Which is crazy when you think about it, because the '90s cartoon they have this big rivalry. But it does seem like
could happen
it's
in season two maybe.
maybe we'll see. But I do think that this version of Spider-Man is taking a lot of cues from that '90s show now, just with having him a little older and more grown up. And there's definitely this level of maturity he's taking on. And I like the theming already of it, where his mental health is starting to take a physical toll with his mutation. So they're definitely exploring aspects about how essentially being the superhero full time is destroying Peter Parker at the very least, making him become more Spider Man than Man Spider, or maybe that's what they're turning it into. Because, I mean, they're already hinting at the organic webbing and probably doing a little more similar with No Way Home and hiding some stuff. I'm thinking about
Oh
some.
yeah, you mean the last shot of the
Yeah,
trailer?
yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, it definitely is an awkward frame, but I, well, it's Sony. The question is, would they do the same thing twice?
It probably will. But I'm very excited. This feels like the first Spider Man film that's fully detached from Iron Man, or that greater, kind of feeling.
MCU.
Well, I can't say that because, I mean, Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is going to be in it and the Punisher, and it's introducing like the next,
Maybe Daredevil.
maybe Daredevil, maybe, I mean, we don't know Sadie Sink character, but
She's
pretty
Jean
much.
Grey.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty much related to X-Men if it is going to be Jean Grey. Like you can't have this character mutate or his powers grow unstable without mentioning the word mutant and thinking X-Men. So no, I'm very hyped and excited, and the action looks good. Like this is probably the nicest, with all due respect, Spider-Man
To
film in
John
a very long
Watts.
time. Yeah, to John Watts.
Well, I think this one seems to have all the best qualities of the previous Spider-Mans. Like,
Yeah.
I agree with you in the sense that even that fall has like that Miles Morales into the Spider Verse feel with that the way that his suit moves is kind of like uh, Andrews, and the swinging kind of looks like Toby a little bit, not quite. I don't think any filmmaker has come close to replicate Sam Raimi's feeling, but I think this feels more street level, even though
Mhm.
this was not shot in New York.
I agree. No, I agree. I think I
Yeah.
know the Marvel green screen effect still takes place. Remember when the first Spider-Man was filmed in New York? Like how good that looked?
Well, I think it's not a matter. I think John Watts did shot parts of it in New York. I think the issue with John Watts is he never wanted to have him swing. Because I remember a lot from like that first movie where he's in the high school dance and he steals a flash car, the car to go and fight Michael Keaton's character. It's like, why wouldn't he swing? He is in New York City. Like, come on, dude. But like, John Watts didn't know how to do it, and he thought he looked silly.
Yeah.
In this one, they did the opposite. They actually built like that practical web swinging that looks very cool in the tanks chase sequence in the trailer.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
But
Talking about practical, shall we move to Project Hail Mary?
yep, the movie, big movie release of the year, on track to be one of the highest grossing opening original movie weekends in a very long time.
Is
The
it
Return.
original
I mean, it's based on a book, but I mean, in terms of like something
of new
that's
IP?
a new IP, yeah, this is
Okay,
definitely,
fair enough.
yeah. It's written by the people who did The Martian, Drew Goddard, and it's also being directed the first time in almost a decade. Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who have gone on to produce the Spider-Verse movies, among other animated film. They haven't directed a movie since 22 Jump Street back in 2014. Though technically there was something in between, but I don't think they want to talk about it as much as they'd like to.
Oh, you
Which
mean Solo?
Yeah, yeah. Which honestly, after coming back from the theater, I now get a picture of what they were going to do with Solo had they stayed on as directors. Because, I mean, it would have, in my opinion, given this franchise a little bit more creativity than the final result, which was playing it bland and safe and visually just
Wrong
dull.
Howard.
Yeah, no offense to Ron Howard. He was a director for hire. He was brought on to take the
To
script
save the
and
movie.
yeah, to save the movie.
Not
Whether or not
even
he
take the
did,
script. Yeah,
yeah, whether or not he
yeah.
did, I don't know. I can't say that because I know that movie has fans, but that project was always going to be dead in the water. But the very least, when I watched Project Hail Mary, I did see that spark of inspiration, and a lot of it had to do with just the creative imagination and the visuals that this movie presented it. Like the Hail Mary itself, like up in space, seeing those creatures and just the view of space in general is incredible. Like it is some of the most visually pleasing I've seen from a sci-fi film in a very long time.
Sure, sure. I
Um,
agree with you in the sense that the visuals are the strength of the film.
yeah, no, the visuals really do make a difference. I really do recommend seeing it in IMAX if you can. I also
Did you
did,
see it in IMAX?
I did see it in IMAX, and it was grand.
IMAX. What's your aspect ratio?
It was 70 millimeter.
So it was almost a square then. Okay, makes
Definitely see it
sense.
if you can. Like in Vancouver, we have the Park Theater. Definitely, I think it's getting screenings. Hopefully, with that 70 mil projector, it's worth it. Like it is a fantastic, like just experience to check out. That or IMAX. And Ryan Gosling, I'm very mixed on as an actor. I think there are times when he can do great, and then times where I feel he just phones it in. But when he does do
Depends on
good,
the role.
it really does. Like something like Sebastian in La La Land, I thought he was flat most of the time. Something like The Fall Guy, another one where I thought he was kind of bland. But then you get something like Blade Runner 2049 or Barbie, where he acts like his heart out and he's giving it 100%. Or
Or
Crazy.
that other film where he's an astronaut.
Oh, yeah, First Man with Damien Chazelle as well.
Yes, yes,
Going strong.
yes. I mean, ironically, I think his best performance is Sebastian in La La Land. But I really like that movie, so
Well,
maybe I'm very biased.
yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yes, it's still my background, as you know. I gotta update it
you gotta
because
update it
there's a
with
new La La
Rocky.
Land picture.
Um,
Yeah.
No, I just thought it like the way it was paced, the character himself and his relationship with the Rock, Rocky. Like that is just very heartwarming, very like close encounter meets ET inspired. Like this
Where
is
they
prob
even reference Close Encounters.
they do. And I mean, no offense, I know this is an MGM Amazon film. They did give mention to Rocky and Adrian, so hey, nothing like a little IP shilling.
I mean, good for Jeff.
Yeah, but no, I did think now. To be fair, I think we did talk a little bit about before this, where we do have differing opinions, and I think I get where you're coming from. But I'll let you speak to yours, and I'll speak to why I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I think the film in its aspect, it's good. However, as much as it's original, I think I've seen this film a couple of times. Like I can mention Interstellar, even 2001: Space Odyssey by Kubrick, which he kind of pioneered the visual effects in space. I think there were some shots that were definitely inspired by Kubrick. Even The Martian is very similar. even in its structure, because in the Martian he writes his notes. In this one, he blogs about what he has experienced, and I think maybe the original part is this is not in order, and there's a lot of flashbacks, but I think it would be fun if the audience didn't know why he is in the ship, but we kind of know. So that idea of the mystery that he doesn't know is kind of lost because we know why he is there. We know the sun is dying because of the trailers, and I think structurally, the audience is supposed to know why he's there. Ultimately, I think the biggest strength of the film are the visuals. I think Greg Fraser, who also shot uh, the creator who shot Dune Part 1 and Part 2, is an excellent cinematographer. I really like what he did with the anamorphic lenses because usually the anamorphic lenses flares are horizontally, but he created, well, Ari developed a new lens or custom made a lens for him where the flares are vertical. So I thought that was very interesting and new to see. And very much like a star. I think he was trying to mimic that. I also like the blurriness and saturation that he had. Now, when it comes to the visual effects, I thought they looked great, but there wasn't a shot where I was like, oh my god, this is the space. Like if you see something like Gravity, that first shot where the Earth is reflected on
Yeah.
her mask, on her shield, like the space looks like you're actually there, and it's breathtaking. And in this one, I sort of feel it's also going to be very successful once it hits Prime because it's really good in that aspect. I hope it does really well for the sake of the theaters and the medium of film. I just think it was a little bit overhyped. I think this is a type of film that probably will get nominated for Best Picture and maybe some technical awards, but I don't think it will win any awards, if that makes sense. I think the film could have been better perhaps in the hands of Ridley Scott. Of the Ridley Scott that directed The Martian, not
I
current
was
Ridley Scott.
gonna say, I mean, yeah, because I mean, it is the same writer of The Martian. I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. No, I
Like, I
just,
don't think Phil Lord and Christopher Miller have a distinct style that makes this film scream, look at me, I'm special. Besides the hype that the marketing and the critics have created, I feel like I've been hearing press and reviews for over a month. Like, I heard that this film was a masterpiece back in February, and it was like a month before release, if you know what I mean.
no, definitely, definitely. I thought it was just a big, warm-hearted film that took these elements that have worked before, and even though it didn't do something new with them, it made them good. It made them entertaining. It gave us likability, and even the way it was told, this story, like leading up to why he was there, I thought it was a good idea to tell it out of order in a sense, because then it gives. Especially, I won't spoil what happens to the character at the end. The choice he makes does add up to that when you put in the context and the pieces of everything. No, I personally really liked it. I saw there was flashes of brilliance in it. It's very much in the same vein the Lego movie was, where that was taking a kids movie and doing something fun and creative and a little different and doing it with a sci-fi film about friendship. Like, you could even argue this is like Stand By Me in space, like just these friends overcoming this impossible odd, and with a dash of Interstellar. Like, it's Interstellar without the saddle of
Sci
the dad.
without the math.
Yeah,
Without the
without
math.
exactly. It's a
Yeah, I
crowd
mean, I think.
Interstellar.
Go.
No, no,
The
no.
lag is
That's
affecting
all I wanted
us.
to end it on.
No, I think I agree with you. I think this is it, not ET. It's Wally meets Interstellar without the math.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Rocky is very Pixar esque. It's very Pixar esque. I think where the movie flaws is, for example, Daniel Pemberton, who usually does very distinct scores. I couldn't tell you what the score for this movie was. I mean, the only thing I remember score wise was when they ripped off when they referenced John Williams score for Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So I think I don't hate the film. For me, it's like a solid 9 out of 10. I think the issue that you're bringing on, it's a film that delivers. I think the issue is,
Oh, yeah,
well, does that speak to the sadness of Hollywood and their lack in their ability to create new films that appeal to what worked in the past, if you know what I mean?
I do. I do.
It speaks to a broader issue in Hollywood.
It does. It does. Before we end things, one fun fact is do you know one of the voices of Rocky by any chance?
Well, isn't one voice?
It's two voices, but one of them is a pretty big actor for the character. One that you would never guess in a million years.
Is it? I think it's a Latino name, right? Ortiz. It's a last
It's an,
name.
It's an American name, and it's a she.
I don't know.
It's connected to Hoppers, one of the bad guys of that film.
Damn it! I saw that in film in Spanish, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'll just give it to you. Yeah, that
Meryl
was
Streep. Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
Oh, you mean she has that one line of dialogue where she says Meryl Streep?
Yeah, isn't that
So
funny?
that was actually her.
Yeah, that was actually her.
Like I thought that was like AI Meryl Streep.
Nah.
Oh, the Pearly Sack would scream into existence. Like I don't know if you heard the news about Val Kilmer coming back from the dead to make a film.
Yeah,
Well, it's not really him coming back from the dead. It's his last film that he couldn't film while he was alive because he was too old and sick. But apparently, like Zach said, it was fine because family gave consent. So I don't know. It's like a very gray zone.
it's
Is
not.
he's coming back from the dead to
It's
make a
never
last
okay.
film?
This was never okay. I think them very much didn't film anything with them. Decided, well, we're going to create a performance out of digital replication, and there they go.
Did
And the
he at
fact
least give the voice?
I doubt it, honestly. His voice was shot at the end, like because of his lung cancer. And not only that, the fact that SAG said that this was approved and like okay to go through is just a real kick in the face for that strike that they gave a couple years ago and potentially well
I
this
think
year that are still talking about these litigations. Like that's just very, very insulting. You
I
can't
think it's a very fine, delicate line where actors. I mean, I agree it's wrong, but if an actor chooses to do that to support their family, is that wrong? Wrong. Like creatively, it's wrong, right? Think about James Earl Jones. His family is still owning money from Darth Vader boys. Is
yeah.
it wrong that now they're doing it through AI?
I
But
mean,
it's
yeah,
James Earl Jones. Like, should the family not be able to get the money from the dad kind of come back from the dead through AI? Like, I don't know. It's a very complicated thing where consent is given, but it's still kind of in that gray zone, I guess.
yeah.
Like, if Val Kilmer said, "Sure, I'll do it. I'll let you guys use me and my face," is there something wrong with it? Like he said yes, nobody put a gun, and I'm sure his family is going to be compensated. Wouldn't it be fun if it's a massive good performance and he gets nominated?
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, it's like uh, best performance by an AI performer goes to Val Kilmer.
Well, that's what they did in BoJack Horseman too. Like he left the show, and then they digitally scanned him so that the robot or the AI would give a better performance. So, I mean, maybe it can happen. You never know.
They're soon going to add best AI performance by a computer in the Oscars. And it's going to be won by like a software developer rather than a filmmaker or an actor.
Yeah.
I don't know. But give your final thoughts on Project Hail Mary. Like, if you had to rate it, what would you give it?
Definitely a 9. I really enjoyed it. No, it's
So
easy
we're
to.
the same.
Yeah, we're the same. No, I very much had a great time. Got very Dune Part 2 vibes from it. I think this is really worth checking out. Definitely go and see it. It does feel a little long at times, but honestly,
Yeah.
like that result does, lead to something really good. Like to me, this is the same feeling I got when I saw Dune Part 2 a couple years ago. Just very big excitement coming for everything.
Question of the day for you, or question: are you willing to see it again in the theaters? Like, is this a repeat viewing for you?
Maybe not right away, just because I mean we've got bigger movies coming out, and I still want to see Ready or Not 2. I still am getting ready for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Like
That's
those are
in
the
2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's in 2 weeks. I'm very excited to see that one. Like I'm gonna rewatch the original Mario movie, which we
Me
will be
too.
talking about next week. I think since it's a pretty.
Is it? Do you think they'll release it early before April?
No, they said straight up it was gonna be April 1st. I don't think they'll do a March
April
30th.
1st.
Yeah.
So no preview screenings like the week before.
Just because it's in Canada, the upcoming long weekend for Easter, so they want to take
Hmm.
advantage of that audience.
I'll let you know if they do it here. I have a feeling they might do it.
Yeah,
Although, ironically for me, the distribution screwed me over. So, Ready or Not, maybe it was a smart thing. I don't know how Ready or Not is doing in North America, but Ready or Not got pushed a week. So, Ready or Not actually didn't came out this week. It's coming out next week, which maybe it's
it's o-
smart of them to do it.
it's doing it. I mean, it was cheap, honestly. So I mean, it'll do fine. Honestly, we'll see.
Good for them.
I mean, good for Sergey more than anything. But we'll have more to talk about then.
Yeah. Seems like next week it's going to be a bridge episode towards the big Mario one. Maybe we can do a retrospective of the first Mario.
And I'd like to talk about the live action movie because that's gonna be fun.
Oh boy, I've never seen that one actually.
Oh well, give it a watch. Let me know what you think.
Watch it.
You can find it online. I'm sure there's like a rental somewhere, or even just on one
YouTube.
of the. Yeah, YouTube. YouTube is where I watched it actually back in the day.
I mean, it's probably still there. Like, who owns the rights of that movie?
Disney
I
does
mean,
actually.
Disney.
Well,
Oh
yeah.
my god, that's
There's-
kind of funny. Like, Disney owns the right of Mario. Somehow they haven't managed to make Mario Castle in their theme park.
Yeah, yeah. No, like I said, YouTube, the Internet Archive. There's a lot, so definitely check it out when you can.
Wouldn't it be funny if it's in Disney Plus? I
Yeah,
mean, Disney, you screwed up there.
in a
You
way.
let it go.
But until then, he's Andres Ramirez. Thank you for joining us, folks. You can follow him at these Jaro2096.
That's
I'm
your
these
Instagram.
Jaro2096. No, these
No,
actually
the one you were about to say.
you are correct. I was about to say my own, unless today was opposite day. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify. Thank you for always listening. Our Instagram handle for now still is below the line underscore podcast. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, take it easy.
Bye bye.
Bye.